where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are reviewing the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Leo Convoy. Yeah, I get it. Aside from the lion face, which is not the greatest, it's also not horrible either. I get it. I get that not everybody's exactly thrilled with the lion mode face, but this figure is fantastic. Hasbro did an amazing job, again, just modernizing another really cool character. I never personally owned the original Leo Convoy toy. In fact, it's weird because the original mold's pretty much the only main Leo Convoy figure that I never really got around to picking up. And I've always come this close to just pulling the trigger on one and then just not doing it for one reason or another. Maybe it was picking up another figure that I was more excited about, or just pricing or condition and pricing, or combination of the two. And then last year Hasbro announced that we were getting this guy this year, and I was like, well, that settles it. I'll just wait for this one because this one looks really awesome, and I can't wait for it. So here he is in the packaging. Got some awesome artwork of him in line mode there. Some of him in his robot mode there. Half of the Legacy Evolution artwork banner there. Some product shots on the back. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. And right there, fresh out of the box, he looks really awesome. Before we do the close-up though, I wanted to do the comparisons because, like I said, I have owned other Leo Convoy figures, just never owned the original mold. Again, like I said, I'm not sure as to why I never picked up the original mold, but I know it's definitely a figure I missed out on because even the original mold of this guy was really, really awesome, and I think holds up really well. But I'm just glad that we finally have a nice modern mass retail release of Leo Convoy that is, for the most part, pretty show accurate. Now, I haven't actually watched all of Beast Wars 2 or Beast Wars 2nd, however you want to call it, but I have watched a good amount of it. At least I did a few years ago. I'll probably revisit that as I'm on this current watch through of the Japanese series, because it's pretty much the only Transformers shows I haven't watched start to finish. And I've gotten a good way through it. I'm about to start Zone here pretty soon. Recently finished Victory. Victory was pretty awesome. Gotta say though, I did enjoy Super God Master Force more than I did Victory, but Victory was awesome. And I'm definitely looking forward to reapproaching Beast Wars 2nd, and I'm also really looking forward to Beast Wars Neo right after that. And that'll be pretty much it at that point. I mean, maybe I'll watch Car Robots. I mean, I've seen Robots in Disguise all the way through, and I don't expect it to be that different. I know there are definitely some differences between the two, especially in translation and some of the animation. For some things they did change, but for the most part, I'm just about out of Transformers series to watch all the way through. I've quickly reached the point to where I've pretty much watched everything, and the same goes for the comics. I'm quickly approaching the point to where I've read just about every single Transformers comic all the way through at least once. So, oh wow, it's a lot. There's a lot more than you think, but it's crazy. Anyway, here he is out of the box. For comparison, real quick, here he is next to one of the first mass retail releases of Leo Convoy in American markets. In the 2009 Transformers Universe line, we got a repaint / remold of the Transformers Cybertron Leo Breaker figure. Now, they actually did two different versions of this figure They did one in Leo Convoy accurate colors, the white, gold, and red. They also did one in Optimus Prime colors, which was red, blue, and silver, which both of which looked really awesome. Of course, I gravitated towards this one over the other. They were both released as Leo Prime or Leo Convoy, and this one was definitely better, and this one is still very cool. However, this is definitely a much better modern release than this, because this is just a repaint of a Cybertron figure, which, as cool as that is, I guess I'll just have to do like this awesome version of Cybertron Optimus where he has both Leo Breaker and Leo Prime attached, because 2 Savage Claws, I mean, that's pretty wicked, right? So anyway, there's that one. Here is the Transformers Collectors Club Leo Convoy from the Transformers Beast Wars Uprising universe. So not necessarily a universe where they went to Earth, but rather the Maximals and Predacons were a impoverished class, while Predacons were still a secondary class relative to Maximals. Both factions were overruled in this dystopian future of Cybertron by the former Autobots and Decepticons that remained. It was a really cool story. Anyway, this was a free mail away figure for being a part of the Collectors Club whenever that year was. It was somewhere in the early 2010s. And an awesome figure, an awesome reuse of an awesome mold, which was the 30th anniversary Orion Pax mold, which wasn't the only repaint / remold they did. They also did a Nova Prime out of that figure, which is the Shattered Glass Universe version of Nova Prime. And I want to say they also did Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron using this mold, which I think was like a custom figure for the BotCon custom class or something like that, if my memory serves me correctly. If it doesn't, please let me know in the comments if somebody else recalls better than I do at the moment. But regardless, that's the other one. It wasn't necessarily mass retail release. It was an official Hasbro release, yes, but not necessarily mass retail, but another cool Leo Convoy. And last but not least, still my personal favorite. And I had a feeling it would be. I definitely said that I think it is going to be, regardless of the upcoming Leo Convoy figure. Just because, again, I absolutely love this regal look that they did with this version of Leo Convoy. And yeah, I know he doesn't transform, and to some Transformers fans, that's an automatic disqualification, because some Transformers fans just can't get past an awesome figure despite not having an alt mode. And I get that. I totally get that. You're well within your right to have that opinion. But for me personally, as awesome as this is, and again, from what I remember, relatively show accurate to the source material, this is just the coolest one to me. I just love this design. I love Flame Toys' take on Leo Convoy, and I love having a nice, awesome, fully articulated figure. Plus, that velvet cape, that sword, just gets me every single time. I just love this look so much. So this is definitely in second place for me as far as my favorite Leo Convoy figure. As far as transforming Leo Convoy figures, it is in the #1 spot if we want to get more specific. But as far as my absolute #1 favorite of all time Leo Convoy action figure, it's got to go to Flame Toys on this one. It just so much of this design looks awesome, and they did a really, really good job designing that figure. I just can't help but feel pure joy every time I see it. It's easily the one that makes me smile the most when I either think about it or look at it, especially in comparison to the other Leo Convoys. It's easily my favorite. What do you guys think in the comments? Which one of these 4, or of the 5, if you want to include the original one, just picture in your mind's eye that it's standing here side by side with the others. It'd be about as tall as this one. Just picture in your mind's eye for a moment that it's sitting here, and just pick amongst that which one you think is your favorite, if you would. And again, let me know in the comments which one you like the most. Again, for me, it's got to go to this one. Love that look so much. But again, you might have a different favorite, and I would love to know. And last but not least, before I forget, here he is next to the Beast Wars 2 Galvatron, the leader of the Predacons, or at least the group of Predacons that our group of Maximals are fighting in that series. He hasn't gotten a modern update so far. There's not even a hint of us getting a modern update. No rumors, no leaks, no nothing as to if we're getting a modern update of this guy. And honestly, I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't. But I also felt that way about Leo Convoy. And now that we have a really good modern update for mass retail, I kind of hope that Hasbro gets us a nice modern updated release of Galvatron that isn't just a repaint of the Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Megatron, because that certainly would not do this character justice if they did it that way, because he has such an awesome and unique design that deserves a modern new figure in its own right. And if you're not familiar with this character, he's a pretty cool character. I dig him. He was an awesome villain. All right, so here he is, and again, he looks really awesome. He's got a lot of cool features that he had in both the series and some of the features the original toy had as well. He can open right here his left chest panel, which reveals his little Energon matrix that he had in the series. So it's not necessarily a removable matrix, but a matrix built into his chest, and it, from what I can recall, it wasn't a removable matrix in the series either. It was just something that the Primes, aka Convoys, had built into themselves in the Japanese continuity. So he wasn't the only Prime or Convoy character within the Japanese continuity, within the Maximal ranks. There was also Big Convoy as well, and he also had an Energon matrix, much like Leo Convoy did. He can do his little cyclone thing, so you can flip out these parts of his mane, and you get these little blasters that you can peg into it. So he can do his cool little cyclone attack. He's supposed to come with 4, but and I double checked. Mine only came with 3. There's supposed to be 2 of these and 2 of this one. So bit of a little QC issue on my end there. Not necessarily something physically broken on the figure, but rather just an accessory that was just straight up missing for mine, which is kind of a shame. Just more QC issues on Hasbro's end, where in my case, it's just straight up not there. So, kind of stinks, yeah, but regardless, you're supposed to be able to peg all 4 on, so he can do that cool little cyclone barrel attack. Now, you can also just fold those in, and with these little pieces, specifically for when he's in lion mode, of his main flip out, you can also plug them on to those, so you can give him these little wrist blasters as well, even when he's in robot mode, which is pretty cool. You can flip out his little talons that come out of the back of the heels of his front lion legs. So he's got these cool little blades that pop out. And he is, of course, also fully articulated in robot mode. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, and you can move those lion bits out of your way to get more clearance for those big, awesome shoulder pads. Upper bicep, single jointed elbows. Wrists go up and down, but do not rotate or swivel. Waist, hips, upper thigh, double jointed knees, mostly due to transformation. And this upper knee joint does lock into place for transformation, which is nice. You have this swivel joint in the middle of the shin, mostly due to transformation. Side ankle joint right here, and then the heel also articulates, but that's also, again, mostly due to transformation. Transformation is relatively simple with this guy. We're going to start by kind of bringing these little shoulder sections kind of out of the way, pulling up on that back section as well. Coming over here to this front, and we're going to split, there we go, split open the chest, fold in the head, and this is pretty cool. Bring this section forward, don't pull it off all the way. Stop that. Rotate that up, bring it back. Bring these sections up like so. Rotate these arms around and then just kind of like extend those line legs out. Fold those fists down on that joint. Come over here to the chest, fold that back together. And then we're going to come back over here to the back, flip that section forward so you get a little bit more clearance there, and then rotate there we go, and then rotate that section straight out. Next we're going to, on this double hinge, bring that section up and tab it into place. Bring that section up. Come over here to the hips, bring the legs forward, fold out the tail, bring that butt section down, and then tab that middle section into place. So we pretty much have the back of the lion all done. Come over here to the rear legs, bring that forward, fold in those heels, rotate those all the way around, rotate that all the way around, and that's pretty much the rear legs all done. Now we come over here to the front, line up the back of that mane with that panel there. When you're bringing that shoulder up, there's a tab here and a tab on the back of what was part of the torso. And then once you get that tabbed in, rotate that lion leg forward, come over here to the other side, maneuver that up, tab that into place, rotate that leg forward, and then with that main piece, just cover up those robot mode hands, and that's pretty much it for Leo Convoy in his lion mode. And he looks really cool in his lion mode. Again, not the greatest lion face in the world, not the most accurate to the animation either, but I don't hate it either. I don't think it deserves as much criticism as it's getting. The lion mouth does articulate, so it does open and close. And I love how astonished he looks when his lion mouth is open like that. He just looks shocked. Articulation, front leg is on a ball joint right there, swivel right there. Hips are on a ball joint, swivel right here. Knee joint, swivel right there. Side ankle joints, tail can go up and down. You can do that cool tornado attack where you can flip his cannons out, and you can flip, there we go, the little side panels on the mane out to put those other cannons on, or again, you can just plug them onto the side like so. And real quick for comparison, here he is next to the Universe one. So you can see them side by side. Here he is next to the Collectors Club one. So you can see them side by side. And I love how the Collectors Club one just looks like a big lion head in vehicle mode. Just love the way they designed that. It turned out really cool. And then of course, here he is next to Galvatron. And I love how significantly larger Galvatron is in Dragon mode next to him in Lion mode. And really that's how it should be. It really is. It's an awesome comparison. They look so great side by side in these modes. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review featuring the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Leo Convoy from Beast Wars 2. What are some other characters you're looking forward to getting a modern update from in Beast Wars 2? Again, definitely Galvatron. He's one that I think would be really great and deserving of a modern update, but there's some other really cool characters from Beast Wars 2 that I think could also use with some awesome modern updates. What's one of your favorites? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned for more Bay 12 video reviews. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. And in case you're local or visiting us in town, make sure you come check out our storefront inside the Shops at Willow Bend Mall inside Order 66 Multiverse in Plano, Texas. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.